Hello everyone, Princess Peach is back at it yet again with another rant video. As you have read by the title, it will be a rant on Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Now, let's get started, shall we? Oh, my, freaking, goodness. Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 has literally got to be the worst Sonic game ever made. I will explain to you guys why this Sonic game sucked so badly. 1. To start off, it completely ruined the game by making it a lot longer and harder. 2. The game has lots of glitches and bugs. Many gimmicks are buggy, it's easy to glitch through walls, sometimes the character model can disappear, and furthermore. 3. The controls in the game are extremely sensitive. Just a slight tilt of the analog stick is more than enough to turn your character 90 degrees. Due to improper physics implementation, moving on an incline doesn't feel any different from moving on a flat surface. Characters come to an immediate stop upon release of the joystick. Characters can stand upside down on the ceilings of loops, and jumping feels very floaty. To add insult to injury, the game uses Havoc Physics Engine, which is known for awesome physics capabilities and was used in lots of awesome games like Half-Life 2, Far Cry 2 and FAR. 4. Like I said before, the game has poor controls and terrible camera angles, thus, making the game frustratingly bad and more difficult, making it hard to jump through rings or even drive a vehicle. It also makes the game unfairly difficult and rage-inducing. The bad controls can cause cheap deaths. For example, in the first zone, there is a bridge below an item box which Sonic can get stuck on and die if you aren't moving the left stick after going on the ramp just before the bridge. 5. The game also suffers from a terrible frame rate. There are plenty of moments where the game drops into single-digit frames, almost of slideshow quality. It's pretty bad on the Xbox 360, and even worse on the PlayStation 3. 6. Most of the voice acting ranges from decent to terrible. Pete Capella's performance as Silver can get really annoying at times, and Kathleen Delaney's performance as Rouge gives very dull effort and doesn't match with the character, once again. 7. The story is convoluted, messy, and downright riddled with plot holes. The reason for all of this is because Sonic 2006 was meant to be a series reboot. If that was the case, it would be fine, but for some strange reason, Sonic Generations treats it as canon with the rest of the series. In fact, it introduced a huge continuity hole to the modern era timeline, so the massive recons, inconsistencies and plot holes can't be excused anymore, and also introduces plot holes in the rest of the lore. 8. Some examples include, but not limited to, Sonic and his friends can time travel with the Chaos Emeralds. Why don't they just go back in time and extinguish the Flame of Hope, aka Solaris, right away to prevent the end of the world? Miphile's plan doesn't make sense either. Why don't he just go back in time and merge with Ibla right away? 9. In the scene where Shadow is sealing Miphiles in the staff, Miphiles says that one day he will escape and kill Shadow, which could explain how Miphiles knows Shadow when they first meet, because Shadow was meant to stop Miphiles. However, Shadow was still sealed in the capsule in Prison Island at that time, so there was no way he could have stopped Miphiles in the first place. The aforementioned ability to time travel at will has no limitations or consequences. This game exemplifies why time travel is such a risky plot device because how easy it is to cock up. 10. During the scene when Shadow meets Miphiles, he introduces himself to him. However, when he meets Miphiles again, Shadow asks Miphiles how he knew his name. Does Shadow have some kind of short-term memory loss? Why did Shadow leave the Scepter of Darkness behind? Heck, even Silver questions this decision. 11. When you play as Rouge or Knuckles, you can sometimes get stuck on the wall. What the frick? Some players can't avoid this glitch and it's really annoying. I'm also not gonna talk about Elise kissing Sonic because there isn't anything to talk about. This just means Elise is a Fury and Sega and Sonic team like fairy tales. 12. Cream the Rabbit was taken off the game for some reasons. Come on. She was very cute in many Sonic games. 13. It's no use? More like this game has no use. This game is rushed, as we all know, had a terrible development cycle, and, like I said before, a lot of bugs and glitches. Plus, You can't jump on enemies to defeat them. You know, one of the most classic features in the whole Sonic series. 14. This game also has a horrible messed up storyline, with a lot of plot holes. The boss fights against Hybla Form 2 and Silver the Hedgehog are terrible fights. 15. When you fight against Silver, he called Sonic the Hybla Trigger, like he did anything wrong. What the hell, Silver? Sonic is not the Hybla Trigger, you freaking buffoon. He is the fastest hedgehog alive. What a loser. Finally, 16. When you get a game over at the last boss fight, you would have to replay the whole game all over again. What the actual hell? That has got to be the stupidest thing for Sega to do. Sega didn't even recode it to make sure the game functioned right. They were impulsive and just made it a game without fixing the game's glitches. Overall, this Sonic game is like Dark Souls but with Sonic characters. If you are watching this rant video about this game, stay as far away from this terrible game. If you're looking for a good game, then this is not one of them. You are better off getting Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Generations, or heck, even Sonic Forces, but do not get this game. This game is one of the reasons the Sonic IP is not the same like it was back in the 90s. Just stay away from this game please. Anyways, that's all I have to say for this rant. See you in the next video. Goodbye.